Good morning. Okay, guys, this is your homework help for homework number 15. Let's go ahead and get started. On our first problem here, it says to round 14 and 578 thousandths to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so what digit is in our hundredths place? The 7. So we're going to underline the 7, and everything in front of that's going to stay the same. So 14 and 5/10 will stay the same. Then we're going to look next door. If this is 5 or greater, if next door is 5 or greater, we're going to come back over and add one more. Well, it's 8. So we're going to add, and then this falls away. So this could be my correct answer, or you can make it a 0. Either way, this is the correct answer, 14 and 58 hundredths, or 14 and 580 thousandths. Okay. Next, write these numbers. Oops. It's wanting to be able to use my mouse here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Write 6 times 100 plus 9 times 1 plus 2 times 1/10 plus 4 times 100th in standard form. I still have friends trying to solve these as order of operations, which I suppose if you did it correctly, it would get you to the right point. But I don't know. We're still kind of struggling with this, which is odd to me because we don't normally have issues with expanded notation because we've been doing it for a while in 4th grade as well. So let's start. These are just explaining your place value. So it's saying my 6 is in my hundreds place. Do I have anything in my tens place? No. So I'm going to put a 0 in my tens place. When you do these, if you need to draw out a place value chart, you can do that. Then I'm going to look, 9 is in my ones place. Okay. Then 2 is in my tenths place. So I'm going to do 0.2. And then I have a 4 in my hundredths place, and I don't have any thousandths in this problem. So my answer is 609 and 24 hundredths. Okay. Next. Oops, sorry. Okay, the next problem says, excuse me, Maya's mom spent $235.47 at the grocery store. Robin's mom spent $198.58 on groceries. About how much more did Maya's mom spend on groceries than Robin's? That about is telling us to estimate. So we're going to give our numbers legs. We have 235 and 47 cents. I'm going to say this is between 235 and 236, and it's going to be closest to 235. And then this 198 and 58 cents, if you give this legs, I would go to 200. Let's say it's between 100 and 200 for this one. And then we can subtract 235 minus 200 gives us 35 for a correct answer of A. Okay, next problem. Which inequality is not true? An inequality are just our comparison statements. It's another word for a comparison statement. We've done these and done these and done these. You shouldn't need much help on these. The thing that's so tricky is which one is not true. Okay, so 3 of them are going to be correct and 1 is going to be incorrect. Make sure you put in your phantoms. Like on this first one, you should rewrite that as 5 and 230 thousandths compared to 5 and 23 thousandths. Well, I can see that this comparison statement is true, so it's not that one. Next, which of the following is a prime number? Prime has two factors, one in itself. And I found the prime and composite jingle. We're going to start learning it so we can sort of sing the numbers in our head might help with some of these smaller numbers. So looking at our answer options, I know I can get rid of 8 because if I list my factors, I can do 1 times 8 will get me 8, and I can do 2 times 4 will get me 8, so immediately I can get rid of 8. Okay? 15 ends in a 5. So I know it's divisible by 5. So I know 1 times 15 will get me 15, and I know that 3 times 5 will get me 15, so it's not 15. Okay, what about 14? It's an even number. We know that 2 is the only even prime number. I know that this cannot be true because 2 times 7 equals 14. Our correct answer is D, 1 times 17. Those are the only factors of 17. Next. Okay, Tyler swam his part of a swimming relay race in 42 and 86 hundredths seconds. What is the value of the 6 in this number? If you are not sure, 1, you need to come talk to me because we should know the place value by now. But 2, label it. This 4 is in our tens place. Our 2 is in our ones. Our 8 is our tenths. And our 6 is our hundredths. So I need to find which one says 6 hundredths. Well, let's look at A. That's 6 wholes. That's not right. C is 60. So my choices are between B and D. Well, if I put in my phantoms, I can see that this is 6 tenths. I'm looking for 6 hundredths. Next, use the correct order of operations to solve. You need to write out your GEMDAS letters. Okay, do we have grouping symbols? Yes, we're going to start with 3 and 75 hundredths plus 2 and 25 hundredths. 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 more is 10. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. This is 6 wholes. You can drop all of this. So now I'm going to write 6 times 4 and 8 tenths. Okay, any more grouping symbols? No. Any exponents? No. All we have left is the strong team. So we're going to do 4 and 8 tenths times 6. If you are not ready for standard algorithm on this one, use your area model. But since there's a singular digit right here, I think we're good to start working toward that. So 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 more is 28. And I have one digit behind a decimal, 1, for an answer of 28 and 8 tenths. Okay, next. Okay, this one, I want you to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So before you ever order them, I would like for you to write them vertically like this, lining them up by the decimal, because it's much easier to read them that way. Then I want you to go in and put in all your phantoms. I'm going from least to greatest. So now using this, I want you to put them in order from least to greatest. I can see that I need to go from each digit starting with my largest place value. And I'm going to keep going over till I find my lowest number. Next, Logan packed 118 boxes of books last week. He put 24 books in each box. How many books did Logan pack? This is multiplication. You can do this. 118 times 24. Okay? Or use your area model. This is a bigger number, so it's okay to be using your area model here. Okay? And it's a whole number. These are commas. When I'm looking at them, they kind of look like decimals. They are commas. Okay. Moving on to Thursday. This is what we've been working on in class. Since last week should not be too hard for you. Thomas made this table to show the total cost of different books. He used the rule y equals 4x. That means 4 times x to complete the table. Okay, which numbers complete the table? So we need to see which numbers go here. So this is making our ordered pair x, y. X always goes first. So this time we're going this way, not this way, okay? We're going to go, it goes in as 3 and it comes out as 12. And we already know it's times 4, right? So 3 times 4 gives me 12 because the rule is y equals 4 times x. So whatever is on this row up here, we are subbing in for x. So here they did 4 times 5 gives us 20. So now we need to do 4 times 10. Well, I know that's 40. Okay, so we're going to continue with the rule. 4 times 12 gives us what? 48. And last one, I want you to figure out and determine which answer option is the correct option. Thank you. Okay, last problem. Cindy wants to graph the point 2 8/8. No, I'm sorry. Not 2 8/8. I got distracted by trying to move this. Okay. Cindy wants to graph the point 2, 8 on a coordinate plane. She places her pencil at the origin. What is the next thing she needs to do? Okay, so if this is your coordinate plane and here's your origin, she wants to graph this ordered pair. This is our x, this is our y. We have to go in the house before we go up the stairs. So if she is at the origin, what does she need to do next? Does she need to count 8 spaces to the right? Does she need to count 8 spaces down? No and no. 8 is our y. Does she need to count 2 spaces to the right or 2 spaces up? Well, I know I have to go in the house. Before I go up the stairs, she needs to go 2 spaces to the right. If you need any more help, let me know.